Kale was just finishing his long shift when everything suddenly changed. The engines in the docking bay hummed softly behind him as he cleaned his tools and prepared to leave. The space station was quiet at this hour. Most workers had gone back to their rooms to sleep, eat, or watch the stars through the thick glass windows. Kale liked the quiet. It helped him think. It helped him breathe after a long day of fixing old machines and patching up broken ship panels. Life as a simple mechanic was not exciting, but it was safe, peaceful, and predictable. But that night, something unexpected happened. The alarm lights flashed once, soft blue, and the main doors opened with a cold gust of air. Footsteps echoed lightly on the metal floor. Kale turned, expecting to see a worker or a pilot. Instead, he saw her. A tall woman with long silver hair stepped inside. Her presence made the air feel heavier. Her skin had a faint glow, and her eyes were bright gold, almost like fire. She moved with calm strength, every step controlled and powerful. Kale froze. He knew instantly what she was. A dragon, not in her full form, but in her human shape, something only high-ranking dragons could do. Dragons were rare visitors on the station. They kept to their worlds, their kingdoms, and their own rules. So seeing one here alone was enough to make Kale's heart race. The woman stopped in front of him and looked down with a serious, unreadable expression. "You are Kale, the human mechanic," she said in a smooth but commanding voice. Kale swallowed. "Yes, that's me. Do you need repairs? A ship check? Or—" "No," she shook her head slowly. "I need you." Kale blinked. His brain stopped working for a moment. "You need me?" "Yes." Her golden eyes did not move away from his. She didn't blink. Kale rubbed his hands nervously against his work uniform. "Okay, why?" The woman stepped closer. She moved like a warrior. Strong, silent, dangerous. Kale felt very small next to her. "My name is Sarixa," she said. "Daughter of a High Dragon Council. Captain of the Seventh Sky Guard." Kale had heard those titles before. She was famous. Dragons respected her. Humans feared her. She defended an entire sector of space from hostile races. And she was standing only a few feet away from a simple mechanic. Kale's thoughts tangled. That sounded important. "It is," she replied. She took a slow breath and then said the words that almost made Kale drop his tools. "I need a mate." Kale coughed, choked, then stared at her with wide eyes. "A what?" Sarixa lifted one eyebrow. "A mate." Kale stepped back. No way. You must be looking for someone else." I'm not. "You are exactly what I need," she said calmly. Kale shook his head, so fast he felt dizzy. "Why? Why me?" "Because I need a human," Sarixa said simply. Kale stared at her like she had spoken in another language. "A human?" "Yes." She began to explain, her voice level and serious. "I must attend a political gathering on my home world in 3 days. My rivals plan to trap me in a forced alliance. If I arrive without a chosen partner, they will claim I am weak. They will use dragon law to bind me to someone dangerous." Kale listened quietly. He didn't understand dragon politics, but he could hear the worry in her voice. She sounded like someone walking into a storm she couldn't avoid. "I will not let them control my future," Sarixa continued. "So I must appear already bonded to someone unexpected, someone they would not dare challenge." Kale frowned. "And that someone is me?" Sarixa nodded once. "Yes." Kale rubbed his forehead. "Why not another dragon? Why not someone trained? Someone who knows how to act in your world?" "Because they would challenge that person," Sarixa said. "But a human mate is confusing for them. They will not know how to judge you. They will hesitate. That hesitation will protect me." Kale understood it now. She needed him as a shield, not a real partner. A fake mate, a political distraction. Still, he couldn't believe she had chosen him. "But why me?" he asked again. Sarixa looked directly at him, and for the first time her eyes softened just a little. "I have watched you," she said. "You fix machines others give up on. You work hard even when no one sees it. You do not lie. You do not pretend. That makes you rare among humans. Kale's mouth felt dry. You watched me? Yes. That thought alone made his face heat up. Sarixa continued, I will not force you. You may refuse. But if you accept, I will protect you with my life. And you will return safely to your station afterward. Kale looked around the empty docking bay. He thought about his quiet life, his simple work, his small routines. Then he looked at Sarixa, strong, bright, fierce, and wondered if saying no would be the safer choice or the wrong one. He took a slow breath. So, I just pretend to be your mate? He asked. Yes. No danger? Sarixa's expression tightened. I did not say that. Kale winced. Right, of course. He stood there thinking for a long moment. Sarixa waited without speaking, letting him decide. Finally, Kale nodded. Okay, I'll do it. Sarixa exhaled quietly, almost like relief. She reached out her hand. Then our journey begins now. Kale stared at her hand for a second, then places in hers. Her grip was strong, warm, and steady, and from that moment his quiet, predictable life was gone. Chaos was coming, and Kale had no idea how big it would be. Ryan followed Serana as she led him toward the glowing portal. He felt nervous, but he also felt curious. He had never seen a dragon before, and now he was walking behind a dragon woman who wanted him to pretend to be her mate. His life had changed in only 1 hour. Serana looked calm, but inside she was scared too. She hoped Ryan would not change his mind. She hoped her people would accept him, at least long enough for her to solve her problem. She also hoped no one would try to burn him alive on the first day. The portal opened with a soft hum. Bright blue light shone around them. Serana stepped inside first. Ryan took a deep breath and walked into the light after her. The world changed in an instant. Ryan felt heat before he even opened his eyes. When he looked around, he saw huge mountains of dark stone, glowing rivers of lava in the distance, and golden towers rising high into the clouds. The air smelled like smoke and metal. Strange flying shapes circled in the sky, dragons in their true forms. Serana smiled a little. Welcome to the Dragon Empire. Ryan stared in awe. This place is real? Yes, she replied softly. And now you are part of it, at least for now. They walked down a path of black stone. The ground felt warm under Ryan's shoes. Every few minutes, a guard dragon flew overhead. Their large wings beat the air, sending hot wind across the path. Ryan felt tiny in this world, smaller than he had ever felt in his life. Serana noticed his uneasiness. Do not worry. No one will harm you while you are with me. Ryan tried to believe her, but when they got closer to the city, he saw tall dragon warriors in dark armor standing at the gates. Their eyes glowed like fire as they watched him. One of them stepped forward. Princess Serana, he said, bowing. Then his gaze sharpened. And who is this human? Serana lifted her chin proudly. This is Ryan, my chosen mate. The guard's eyes widened. Ryan felt his heart jump. This was the first test. Your chosen mate? The guard repeated slowly, as if he had heard something unbelievable. A human? Serana kept her voice firm. Yes. The guard paused for a long moment. Then he nodded, though he didn't look happy about it. The council will want to see him. They will, Serana said, but on my terms. The guard stepped aside, and they entered the city. Inside, everything looked even more amazing. Houses were carved into rock walls. Streets were lit by floating fire crystals. Dragons in human form walked everywhere, tall, strong, with glowing eyes and scales that shimmered on their skin. Some carried weapons made of stone and flame. Some wore flowing robes covered in ancient symbols. Every person who saw Serana stopped to bow. Every person who saw Ryan stared. Some whispered. Some frowned. Some laughed under their breath. Ryan felt their eyes like heavy stones on his back. Serana walked close beside him. Do not react, she whispered. If you stay calm, they will worry less. Ryan nodded slowly. Great. I'll just pretend I'm not being stared at by fire-breathing people. Serana almost smiled. His humor helped her relax a little. They reached a tall building made of black and gold stone. This was the guest residence that belonged to the royal family. Dragon guards stood outside, their armor glowing with heat. As Serana and Ryan stepped inside, the hot stones suddenly cooled. The temperature dropped to normal human levels. Ryan sighed in relief. A servant bowed deeply. Princess Serana, we have prepared a private chamber for you and your guests. Thank you, Serana said. They entered a spacious room with a large window overlooking the glowing mountains. Ryan walked around slowly, touching the cool stone walls. This is amazing, he said. Serana nodded, but she looked tense. The council will summon us soon. My mother, the queen, will want answers. They will judge you. They will judge us. Ryan swallowed hard. Do you have a plan? Yes, she said softly, but it depends on you. Ryan turned toward her. Tell me. Serana hesitated, but she finally spoke. My people believe dragon princesses must bond with strong mates. Some want to force me into a political union I do not want. If I show them I have already chosen someone who stood beside me of his own will, it gives me time. It gives me freedom. Ryan listened carefully. So I'm here to help you avoid a forced marriage? Yes. And you trust me to do that? Serana looked into his eyes. I did not trust easily, but you saved me on your world, even though you did not know who I was. You helped me without asking anything in return. That is rare among dragons. It is rare among humans, too. Ryan felt a little awkward at her words. I just didn't want someone to get hurt. That is why I chose you. Before Ryan could answer, a loud knock echoed through the chamber. A deep voice spoke from outside. Princess Serana, the High Council demands your presence. Bring the human. Serana's expression hardened. It begins. Ryan took a slow breath. Okay, he said quietly. Let's go. They walked side by side toward the door. Ryan's heart pounded, and Serana's hands tightened with nervous energy. Outside, the guards waited like statues. As they stepped into the long hallway that led to the council chamber, Serana whispered, Whatever happens, do not show fear. Ryan whispered back, I'm trying, but your hallway looks like it leads to a fire pit. It might, she said calmly. Ryan stopped walking. Wait, what? Serana didn't answer. She only kept walking. Ryan sighed and followed. Together, they entered the heart of the Dragon Empire, where the real challenge and the real danger waited for them both. Ryan walked beside Serana as they approached the great council hall. The hall was a giant dome made of black stone, with carvings of dragons wrapped around the walls like giant guardians. Torches with blue fire burned at the entrance. The flames gave off no heat, only a strange glow that made Ryan feel watched. Serana kept her head high, but inside she felt tight fear. She had brought a human into the heart of her empire. She had lied to her people. And now, the lie was stepping straight into the council's claws. Ryan tried to keep his step steady. He reminded himself that he had agreed to help her. He just hoped he could act well enough to keep them both alive. Acting was never his skill. He could barely lie to his co-workers back home. 2 armored guards opened the massive stone doors. Inside the council hall, 12 dragon elders sat in a half circle. They were in human form, but their eyes glowed like burning coals. Some had scales on their necks. Others had sharp silver nails. Their power filled the room like heavy smoke. At the center sat Queen Lystria, Serana's mother. She wore a golden robe that flowed like fire. Her eyes were cold, sharp, and impossibly old. If Serana was a storm, her mother was a volcano, silent but dangerous. Ryan bowed awkwardly. Serana bowed perfectly. Queen Lystria's voice echoed across the hall. Rise! They stood. The queen's gaze moved to Ryan, studying him as if he were a strange insect. This is the human you claim to be your mate? Serana answered, Yes, mother. A low murmur spread through the elders. Queen Lystria tapped a claw-like nail against her throne. Serana, you made no announcement. You asked for no blessing. And now you bring a human, an outsider, into our sacred court. Explain. Serana took a breath. I chose him because he has a strong heart and saved my life. Ryan gulped. He wished she had not said that part. It made him sound important, and he felt anything but. An elder leaned forward. Human stepped forward. Ryan did. The elder sniffed the air suspiciously. Do you love our princess? Ryan's heart stopped. This was the question he feared most. The lie was thin, weak, and breaking. He forced a calm expression. Yes, I do. But dragons were sharp. They could smell fear. They could sense lies. The elder's eyes narrowed. Your voice shakes. Ryan's stomach twisted. He tried again. I love her. Queen Lystria stared at him for a long moment. Human, your scent carries truth and fear. But fear is normal. You stand before dragons. Ryan exhaled quietly. Maybe he had passed that part. But the worst was not over. Another elder stood. His hair was silver, and he wore dark armor. Princess Serana, he said, why did you choose this human over strong dragon warriors? Why not choose some of your own kind? Serana kept her voice steady. Because I wanted someone honest. Someone who sees me as a person, not a political tool. Queen Lystria's gaze sharpened. Honest? Then let us test that. She raised her hand. The hall fell silent. Even the torches stopped flickering. A dragon magic circle appeared on the floor under Ryan's feet. It glowed bright red. Ryan stepped back, but he couldn't move. The light held him in place. Serana gasped. Mother, this test is too much for a human. Queen Lystria ignored her. Human, this magic reveals truth. If you lie, it burns. If you speak true, it will not harm you. Ryan felt sweat drip down his face. What kind of burn? Fire, the queen said calmly. Ryan almost fainted. The queen spoke again. Human, answer clearly. Are you truly bonded with my daughter? Serana took a step forward, panic in her eyes. Mother, he cannot. Silence, the queen commanded. Ryan's heart slammed against his ribs. The light around his feet grew hotter. He had two choices. Tell the truth and expose a lie. Serana would be punished, maybe worse. Or lie again and risk being burned alive by dragon magic. He looked at Serana. She didn't speak, but her eyes begged him not to break. Ryan took a slow breath. I am bonded with her, he said. The circle glowed brightly. Ryan braced himself for pain. But nothing happened. The elders gasped. Serana stared. Ryan blinked. Queen Lystria's face slowly tightened. Not with anger. Something else. Confusion. That should have revealed a lie. An elder whispered. It did not burn him, another said. It means, someone muttered, the magic senses a bond. But how? Ryan and Serana shared no magic. No real bond. Only a lie. Ryan felt just as confused as the others. Is the spell broken? No, the queen said quietly. The spell does not fail. Serana suddenly looked at Ryan in a new way, as if she were trying to see something she had missed before, something she did not understand. Queen Lystria stood up. Her presence filled the room like thunder. This meeting is over. For now, Princess Serana, you and the human will stay in the palace. Guards will watch you at all times. The guards moved forward. Serana grabbed Ryan's arm and pulled him out of the hall quickly, trying to escape the burning stares of the elders. When they reached the empty hallway outside, Ryan finally spoke. Serana, what happened? Why didn't it burn me? Serana looked at him with shock. I don't know. That magic cannot be fooled by words. It reveals real feelings, real connections. Ryan blinked. Are you saying there really is some kind of bond? Serana didn't answer, because she didn't know. But deep inside her chest, something warm and unfamiliar flickered. Something she had never felt before, and that scared her more than any council, any elder, or any angry dragon in the empire. The lie had not broken. It had changed, and that was even more dangerous. Ryan and Serana stayed inside the palace under tight watch. 2 dragon guards followed them everywhere, their golden eyes never blinking. Ryan tried to act normal, but his hands shook every time he felt those eyes on him. Serana walked with straight shoulders, but inside she felt the pressure building like a storm. The council did not trust them. The queen did not trust them. And now the strange bond from a truth magic made things worse. Serana had no idea how it happened. Ryan had no idea either. But the council believed it, And that meant the situation was no longer just a small lie. It had become something big, something dangerous. Ryan looked out the tall palace window. Far below, the Dragon Empire stretched across mountains, glowing rivers and golden towers. It was beautiful, but it also looked powerful enough to crush Earth if it wanted. Serana stood next to him. "You should not look so worried," she said softly. "I'm surrounded by dragons," he whispered. "Worried is natural." She didn't smile. She didn't blame him either. Then the alarm horns exploded across the sky. The sound was loud enough to shake the walls. Guards rushed through the hallways. The air grew tense like a battlefield. Ryan jumped, and Serana pulled him close. "That is the war horn," she said. "Something is attacking the Empire." Ryan froze. Attacking? Who would attack dragons? Serana's eyes darkened. "Only someone who has lost their mind, or someone powerful enough to challenge us." The guards forced Ryan and Serana toward a sealed shelter room meant for royalty. Torches flickered. Shadows raced across the stone walls. Serana tried to question the guards, but they stayed silent. When the heavy door closed, Ryan finally asked, "Do you think this attack has something to do with us?" Serana hesitated. "I fear so." Ryan's eyes widened. "But how?" "I didn't tell anyone I came here. Nobody knows I'm gone. For now." Serana looked at the ceiling, as if feeling something with her senses. But humans and dragons live in the same galaxy. Someone might have noticed my sudden return with a human. Someone might see you as a weakness. Ryan swallowed. A weakness? For me? For the Empire? A loud boom shook the shelter. Dust fell from the ceiling. Ryan stumbled, but Serana grabbed him before he fell. Her eyes glowed with dragon fire. "Stay behind me," she warned. The door blasted open. A wave of smoke rushed in. Ryan coughed and covered his face. A tall figure stepped through the smoke. He was a dragon soldier, wearing black armor with red symbols. He was not one of Serana's guards. His eyes were full of anger. Serana hissed, "General Vaylor, why are you here?" The general glared at Ryan. "I warned the council that keeping a human inside our walls was dangerous, and now our enemies attack. It is not a coincidence." Ryan backed up. "I didn't do anything." Vaylor raised a glowing spear. "Perhaps not, but humans bring trouble. Always." Serana stood between them. "Touch him, and you answer to me." The general's eyes narrowed. "You defend him too quickly, too strongly. There may be a bond between you, but that only proves the danger." Ryan felt heat rising from the spear. "Serana, he's going to kill me." Before Vaylor could strike, the queen herself appeared in the doorway. "Stand down," she commanded. Her voice stopped the room like freezing wind. Vaylor lowered his spear, but didn't hide his anger. "My queen, keeping the human alive puts us at risk. Our enemies think we are weak. We must. We will do nothing until I say." The queen snapped. Serana exhaled with relief. Ryan sagged against the wall. Queen Lystria looked at Ryan with cold eyes. "Human, come forward." Ryan's legs shook, but he stepped closer. Outside the room, smoke filled the halls. Flames glowed far away. The whole empire was under attack. "This attack is not random," the queen said. "It is organized. It is meant to distract us. And you," she pointed a sharp finger at Ryan, "arrived only days before. Tell me, human, what does your world know about us?" Ryan raised both hands. "Nothing. We didn't even know dragons existed." The queen studied him. Flames reflected in her eyes. At last she spoke. "Then the danger is not from your people. It is from ours." Ryan felt cold. "Dragons? You mean dragons are attacking dragons?" "Not dragons," she said softly. "A rebel faction. One that believes humans should never be allowed to mix with us. One that believes any human who enters our empire must die along with the dragon who brought him." Ryan's stomach twisted. "They want to kill you too?" Serana answered, "Yes, because I brought you here. Because I made this lie." The queen looked sharply at her daughter. "Not a lie anymore, it seems." Serana lowered her gaze. Queen Lystria continued, "The rebels want war, not only within the empire, but with your world as well. Ryan's breath caught. Earth? They want to attack Earth. The Queen nodded. If they believe humans are becoming too close to us, they may strike first. Another explosion shook the palace. Serana grabbed Ryan's arm. Mother, we must move him. The rebels could come here next. The Queen looked between them. Then she gave her orders. Very well. Human, you will stay with Serana. Do not leave her side. If the rebels want you, then we will protect you. Ryan blinked. Wait, you're protecting me? After all this? For now. The Queen's voice was cold but not cruel. Our worlds are both in danger. And you, human, somehow became part of the storm. The guards led them out of the shelter and into the burning corridors. Serana glanced at Ryan. We will survive this, she whispered. But even she was not sure, because the threat was no longer just inside the palace. It was aimed at both worlds, Earth and the Dragon Empire. And Ryan, a normal human with no powers, had become the center of it all. Ryan and Serana walked slowly through the quiet gardens behind the palace. The fires were gone. The smoke had faded. The rebel attack was stopped. But the scars remained across the city. Broken towers, cracked streets, and families trying to rebuild their lives. Ryan still felt like he was dreaming. A few days ago, he was a normal mechanic on Earth. Now he was standing in the heart of a dragon empire, walking beside a princess who once asked him to pretend to be her mate. The lie had caused trouble. The lie had brought danger. But somehow, it also saved both of their worlds. Serana watched the workers repairing the towers. Her wings were folded tight. She had been quiet since the attack ended. You're still thinking about everything, Ryan said softly. She nodded. The rebels were willing to burn our own cities because of fear. Fear of humans. Fear of change. Fear of a future where our worlds connect. That's not your fault, he said. It is partly my doing, she answered. I brought you here with a lie, and that lie grew until it shook the empire. But you also stopped a war, Ryan reminded her. Serana finally looked at him. And you stood with me when you could have run. I don't run from friends, Ryan said, even if they breathe fire. She gave a small smile, but it faded quickly. My mother thinks our bond, whatever that magic did, might not fade. Some connections stay even if they were never meant to start. Ryan looked at the sky. Do you regret it? Bringing me here? Serana was silent for a long time. A breeze passed through the trees. Flowers rustled like whispers. Then she spoke. No, I regret the lie, but I do not regret meeting you. Ryan felt warmth spread through his chest. Before he could answer, a guard ran into the garden. Princess. Human. The Queen calls for you. They followed him to the grand hall. The tall doors opened, and Queen Lystria stood at the center. Council members surrounded her. All eyes turned toward Ryan and Serana. Ryan swallowed hard. He had stood here before, scared and confused. But now he felt different. Stronger. Like he had earned a place, even if it was small. The Queen's gaze was sharp but calm. Human Ryan. Princess Serana. The rebels are defeated, but their message is clear. Our empire must face the truth. The future is changing, and your worlds may touch sooner than we planned. Ryan tried not to panic. He had never wanted to be involved in politics, especially alien politics. The Queen continued. Because of what happened, Earth's name has been spoken across the empire. Many dragons fear humans now. Many want to destroy your world before it becomes a threat. Ryan's heart dropped. Earth doesn't even know you exist. That is why, the Queen said, we must choose our next steps carefully. The room grew quiet. Then she looked at Serana. You made a mistake when you lied, but you also showed courage. You stood between the rebels and this human even when it put your life in danger. Serana bowed her head. The Queen then looked at Ryan. And you, human, had no reason to help us. Yet you did. You risked your life for one of ours. And you fought to prevent war. Ryan blinked. I just did what felt right. That is precisely why you are here, she replied. The Queen lifted a small glowing seal, a symbol of alliance. The Empire has chosen to offer Earth a peaceful path forward, and we wish to send a representative. Ryan's eyes widened. You mean an ambassador? Yes, the Queen said, but not a leader or a warrior. Someone Earth can trust. Someone who has walked in both worlds. Ryan stared at her, speechless. You want me? He asked. Serana smiled softly. You could speak for us. Tell humans what you have seen. Ryan shook his head. I'm just a mechanic. You are more, Serana said, stepping closer. You showed kindness when you had nothing to gain. That is something no training can replace. Ryan looked around the hall. The dragons were watching him with hope, not fear. For the first time, he didn't feel small among them. He took a deep breath. If I do this, can I still go home sometimes? The Queen actually gave a small, rare smile. Of course. A bridge must touch both sides. Ryan nodded slowly. Then, I'll do it. I'll be the bridge. Whispers spread through the hall. The Queen raised her hand. Then it is settled. A new path begins. Not of lies, not of fear, but of choice. Serana stepped beside Ryan. For the first time, she did not need him to pretend. This was real. As they walked out the hall together, Ryan asked, So, no more fake mate stuff? Serana laughed, a warm, bright sound. No more lies. Good, Ryan said. But are we still friends? Serana looked at him, her golden eyes soft. Friends, and something more. Something we will decide together, without pretending. Ryan smiled. I like that. Outside, the sun rose over the repaired towers. Dragons flew through the sky, not in battle, but in peace. Ryan realized he wasn't scared anymore. He had come here as a lie, but he stayed because of a choice. And now, he walked beside a princess, not as a fake mate, not as a prisoner, but as a bridge between two worlds. A future chosen, not faked,